In the beginning of the drama, male lead Xiao Yan, who's the CEO of the Hash Group, appears. He has a cute son named Xiao Bu, who dresses just like his father. In the next scene, we see female lead Shi Wei, who is sitting with his ex-boyfriend Yang and his girlfriend. Shi Wei is actually a psychologist. She says to his girlfriend, "I supported him a lot, and he cheated on me. Now you take care of this garbage," and then leaves. In the following scene, we see Xiao Bu throwing things around in the office. The secretary informs him, "Your father is in a meeting and will come shortly." But Xiao Bu doesn't listen. Just then, his dad arrives and scolds him. This is where it's revealed that Xiao Bu has a psychological condition and doesn't speak, which is why Xiao Yan keeps him close. Next, we see Shi Wei drinking with her friend. Her friend remarks, "Girls usually cry a lot after a breakup, but you're different. You're drinking and even dancing." Later, she tells Shi Yue Yang is about to receive an outstanding award from the Hash Group. Shi Yue responds, "What kind of award?" And her friend explains, "It's an academic research award. I did 90% of that research." Her friend then says, "What are you doing here? He'll take all the fame and money himself." Furious, Shi Yue decides to take revenge. In the next scene, Xiao Yan is busy with work, while Xiao Bu sneaks out and goes to the ground floor, using the elevator. When Xiao Yan notices his absence, he frantically searches for him. Meanwhile, Xiao Bu starts putting sticky notes on his father's posters. The staff gathers around him, which scares Xiao Bu, making him cry loudly and try to run away. Just then, a trolley comes in his path. But before he can fall, Shi Yue catches him. She uses cards to communicate with him and even learns his name. She then gives him a handkerchief and a pumpkin as a gift. At that moment, Xiao Yan's secretary arrives and Shi Yu tells him, "Tell his father to take better care of him." Shi Yu then goes upstairs, where Xiao Yan is searching for Xiao Bu in a room. Mistaking him for Yang, she starts hitting him and says, "You're taking credit for my hard work. I won't spare you today." The room is dimly lit, so she doesn't see his face. When Xiao Yan turns on the light, she asks, "Who are you?" She steps back, but her tie gets caught with Xiao Yan's, bringing them close. This scene gets added to Xiao Yan's live stream. Shi Yu cuts her hair with scissors and leaves after Xiao Yan apologizes. As she exits, she notices Yang, who is with his girlfriend. At the award ceremony, when Xiao Yan is about to present the award to Yang, he remembers Shi Yu's words and decides not to announce anyone's name before leaving. He then tells his son, "Go to sleep." Xiao Bu smells the handkerchief given by Shi Yu and finds the scent pleasant. Later, Shi Wei's friend shows her a picture from the livestream, shocking her as she realizes people might gossip about Xiao Yan dating a girl. In the next scene, Xiao Yan takes Xiao Bu to a hospital where Shi Wei works. Hearing Xiao Bu cry, Shi Wei comes out as the nurse is unable to calm him. Shi Wei approaches Xiao Bu. A little girl also tries to talk to Xiao Bu, but since he remains quiet, Shi Wei keeps the girl away from him. Xiao Yan arrives and blames Shi Wei for the live streaming incident, saying, "You caused me a big loss. It wasn't just your loss." Xiao Yan gives her 200 yuan and tells Xiao Bu, "Stay away from this auntie." Xiao Bu sees Shi Wei's picture and shows the handkerchief to his father. "This handkerchief was given to me by Shi Wei." Xiao Yan sketches Shi Wei and observes it, thinking, "I want Shi Wei to be my son's doctor and stay with us. What did my son see in this girl?" He decides, "My son is the most important thing to me," and proposes to make Shi Yue his personal doctor. His secretary informs him, "Shi Yue refused your proposal." Xiao Yan then calls her himself and offers her a job, but Shi Yue thinks someone is playing a prank on me and hangs up. Xiao Yan then offers her a lot of money and says, "I want you to be my personal doctor." But Shi Yue responds, "I can't be your doctor because I work full-time and can't be bought with money." Xiao Yan tells his friend everything, and the friend says she's no ordinary girl and gives him some advice. Next, Xiao Yan sends many gifts to Shi Yue, but she remains unimpressed. He follows Shi Yue in his car. She drives quickly and then leads her bike into a narrow street. Xiao Yan catches her from the other side, and she asks, "How did you know my address?" He replies, "I got it from your resume." Just then, they hear a girl scream, and Shi Yue goes to help. Some guys are harassing a girl, and Shi Yue attacks them. Xiao Yan also fights them off, but injures his hand. Shi Yue bandages his hand and gives him a candy before leaving. The next day, Xiao Yan bakes a cake for Shi Yue with her sketch on it. He goes with Xiao Bu to her hospital to give her the cake, and Shi Yue is delighted to see it. Later, When they're at a shooting range, Shiyue struggles and Xiaoyan helps her, bringing them closer again. The following day, while inspecting his company's bracelets, his friend remarks, "These are called the Heart of Love bracelets." Xiaoyan says, "Yes, they're for lovers, and our company recently launched them." In the next scene, Xiaoyan is at the hospital with Xiaobu. Shiyue asks him, "Do you have any birthday wishes?" Xiaobu becomes sad and crashes two toy cars together, trying to convey something. Xiaoyan hugs him and says, "Don't worry, I'm with you." Later, he tells Xiu, "5 years ago, we had an accident where Xiaobu's mother died, and since then, Xiaobu stopped laughing and talking, but I have hope that you can bring him back to who he used to be." Xiu suggests to reduce his stress, "Let's throw him a birthday party. I'm free this weekend, so we can organize it together." In the next scene, Xiu goes to Xiaoyan's office, where he has her sign an agreement. At night, he offers to drop her home, and she falls asleep in the car. Xiaoyan puts a bracelet from his company on her wrist. When she wakes up, she asks, "What are you doing?" He explains, "This is my company's health bracelet, and I'm giving it to you as a sample." The next day, Xiu falls sick. While Xiaoyan is in a meeting, the bracelet signals her condition. He takes a 5-minute break and calls Xiu, asking, "Are you feeling unwell?" Shocked, she asks, "How did you know?" He replies, "I found out from your bracelet. It's actually connected to mine. They're two parts of one." Later, Xiaoyan goes to pick up Shiyue for dinner, but she doesn't answer her phone. Concerned, he goes upstairs and finds her door locked with a password. By then, Shiyue's fever has worsened, and she is unconscious in the bathtub. Xiaoyan somehow enters her house, and upon checking the bathroom, finds Shiyue standing in half-clothes. He turns away and asks, "Are you okay?" However, she is so unwell that she can't even stand. He tells her, "I'll wait for you outside," and accidentally locks the door behind him. She tries to stop him, but he doesn't listen. Shiyue somehow unlocks the door and comes out, collapsing onto Xiaoyan. He carries her to her room and lays her down on the bed. While adjusting the bedsheet, he ends up close to her, and Shiyue, still semi-conscious, starts to give him a flying kiss. Xiaoyan quickly leaves. The next morning, Shiyue wakes up to find Xiaobu sleeping next to her. At that moment, Xiaoyan enters. She asks, "What are you doing here?" He replies, "Xiaobu stayed up all night taking care of you, so let him sleep now." Shiyue goes outside and is shocked to see her house clean, realizing Xiaoyan spent the night tidying up. She suddenly remembers Xiaoyan saw her in half-clothes, and she gave him a flying kiss, feeling deeply embarrassed. She nervously asks, "Did you change my clothes too?" Xiaoyan responds, "Yes." Horrified, she asks, "So you saw everything?" As he starts to speak, Shiyue grabs a knife, warning him not to discuss it further. Just then, Xiaobu arrives, and Shiyue says, "I'm sorry I couldn't celebrate your birthday. What gift do you want?" Xiaobu writes, "I want you to become my mom." Shocked, she brushes it off as a joke, telling him, "You can call me mom." When Xiaoyan tells Xiaobu to leave, Shiyue insists, "I'm coming with you," but he urges her to rest. Later that night, Xiaoyan sees a cartoon drawing of Shiyue on Xiaobu's pillow with the words, "I want a mom," written on it. He tells Xiaobu, "You can talk to her yourself." Frustrated, Xiaobu becomes upset. The next day, Xiaoyan and Xiaobu wait outside Shiyue's house. When she comes out for work, she is surprised to see them. Xiaoyan tells her, "Today you'll spend the entire day with Xiaobu. Everything has been arranged." In a flashback, Xiaobu had told Xiaoyan's friend, Gu Wan, "I want Shiyue to be my mom." Friend gave him several ideas, which Xiaobu plans to implement. According to the plan, they take Shiyue to a game zone and send her and Xiaoyan into an escape room, expecting them to bond in 2 hours. However, they come out in 10 minutes. Then they go to a picnic spot. While there, Xiaobu messages Gu Wen, asking him to join them. Upon reaching their destination, Xiaobu deliberately throws a ball far away, prompting Shiyue to fetch it. He tells his dad, "I'm feeling cold," so Xiaoyan goes to get his jacket. Meanwhile, Xiaobu spots Gu Wen and seizes the opportunity to go to him. They take a photo together with a car, and Gu Wen sends the picture to Xiaoyan. Gu Wen and Xiaobu then leave, abandoning their picnic items. Shiyue and Xiaoyan search for Xiaobu. Xiaoyan receives the picture on his phone and realizes Xiaobu is with Gu Wen. Suddenly, Shiyue spots Xiaobu's cap floating in the water and fears he has drowned. She jumps into the water, but Xiaoyan stops her and shows her the picture of Xiaobu, proving he is safe. They return to their car, only to find it gone. Both their phones were water damaged and unusable. In the next scene, they set up a tent for the night. Sitting outside, Xiaoyan suggests, "You should change clothes because these are completely wet." She changes and returns. Then, she starts eating noodles and asks Xiaoyan to join her. At first, he says, "I don't like it." But eventually hunger gets the better of him, and he starts eating too. Xiaoyan then asks, "Why did you jump into the water without thinking?" She replies, "I thought Xiaobu was drowning. I didn't think about anything else and just jumped in to save him." He then asks, "Why did you tell Xiaobu he could call you mom?" She responds, "It was just a joke, because Xiao doesn't have a mother." This makes Xiaoyan feel disturbed, and he tells her, "You must be tired, get some rest." They both lie down opposite each other in the tent and fall asleep. In the next scene, Xiaoyan and Xiaobu are getting ready to attend a party. At the party, Shiwei's friend compliments her dress, but Yang's girlfriend mocks her. When Xiaoyan and Xiaobu arrive at the party, Yang's girlfriend starts gossiping about Shiwei and Xiaoyan's relationship. To stop the gossip, Xiaoyan takes the mic from her and proposes to Shiwei. This time, Shiwei does not reject the proposal. He slips a ring on her finger and even kisses her. The next day, Xiaoyan calls Shiwei to discuss Xiaobu's appointment with her, and also tells her about a project award. Later, Shiwei arrives at the hospital with her friend and notices that it's beautifully decorated. There, she meets Xiaoyan and Xiaobu. She asks, "What's going on? What's this news on social media about us getting married? That kiss and proposal were fake." Xiaoyan replies, "The kiss was fake, but the proposal was real." She says, "Are you out of your mind? You want to marry me?" He responds, "Are you afraid we'll fall in love with me?" She confidently says, "I'm Shiwei. I would never fall in love with you." Xiaoyan tries to kiss her, but she pushes him away. He remarks, "Everyone already knows you're my fiancé." She covers his mouth and says, "You're not my Mr. Right." Xiaoyan retorts, "You're not my Miss Right either. I'm a CEO, and my most important person is Xiaobu. I'd do anything for him." The next day, Shiwei contemplates telling her parents about their relationship. She sees a car stuck in a tree and goes to help, removing her bracelet to keep it safe in her pocket. Unfortunately, it falls off and gets lost. Xiaoyan notices and tries to call her, but her phone is off. Worried, he goes to check on her at her house. Meanwhile, Shiwei meets her brother, Fang, and they head home together. On the way, Xiaoyan spots them together, quickly exits his car and puts the bracelet back on her wrist. He asks, "Who is this person with you?" Her brother introduces himself, and Xiaoyan declares, "Xiaoyan is my fiancé." He also tells Xiaoyan, "Now that you're my fiancé, you should care about my image." In the next scene, Xiaoyan is at home thinking about Xiaoyan when the doorbell rings. To her surprise, it's her parents. Shocked, she lets them in and they mention Xiaoyan. Xiaoyan realizes they already know about him. She tells them, this is a fake marriage. Her parents are left stunned. In the next scene, Xiaoyan arrives at Fang's clinic, where Xiaoyan also shows up. She suggests to Fang, "Let's go for hot pot." Fang asks, "Is Xiaoyan coming with us too?" Xiaoyan replies, "No, he doesn't like hot pot." In the following scene, Xiaoyan is at the hot pot restaurant with Fang, unaware that Xiaoyan is secretly watching them. The restaurant owner announces, "Today is our 3rd anniversary. Customers who hug or kiss their companion will receive a discount." Fang stands up to hug Shiwei, but Xiaoyan suddenly appears. Shiwei is shocked to see him and invites him to join them for hot pot. In the next scene, Shiwei sees Xiaoyan standing outside her house. He tells her, "Let's go inside. How much time do you need to get to know me?" She responds, "I need 2 years because you're 29, and it'll take that long." Xiaoyan replies, "You've got 2 weeks," and hands her a pen drive saying, "Everything you need to know about me is in here." Shiwei takes the pen drive and goes inside. Later, Shiwei is with her parents when Xiaoyan shows up. She whispers, "Leave now, I'll explain later." But he doesn't go. Just then, her parents arrive and are shocked to see them together. Xiaoyan calls them as mom and dad, quite impressed with his respectful demeanor. They even invite him to their home. Xiaoyan shows up at their house with several gifts, surprising everyone. When Shiyu tries to send him away, her parents discreetly tell her to stay with him. During dinner, Shiyu's mom asks about Xiaobu's mother, and Xiaoyan explains, "Xiaobu isn't my biological son. He's my late brother's child. After my brother and sister-in-law passed away, I raised Xiaobu myself. Hearing this, Shiyu's parents are even more impressed, while Shiyu is left speechless, simply staring at Xiaobu. Then, Xiaoyan asks, "Can I stay here tonight? I sent my driver to be with Xiaobu since he's alone at home." Shiyu's mom agrees. "We'll arrange a room for you." But Xiaoyan says, "No need, I'll share Shiyu's room." Shiyu reluctantly takes him to her room and tells him, "You can sleep on the bed, I'll take the sofa." But Xiaoyan grabs her hand and stops her, saying, "No, you'll sleep on the bed with me." He then admits, "I felt jealous today. You have a family, but I only have a house." Shi Wei responds, "But you have Xiaobu. I couldn't give Xiaobu a proper family." Just then, he receives a call and becomes visibly worried. Then he tells Xiaobu has a fever, he's in the hospital. They rush to the hospital, where Xiaobu refuses medicine until Xiaoyan gives it to him. Then Xiaoyan tells to Shi Wei, "I had a meeting this morning, so I left Xiaobu at home. Usually, I keep him with me. You're the first stranger he's ever become attached to." When Xiaoyan tries to leave, Xiaoyan stops her, insisting, "Stay with Xiaobu tonight." That night, Xiaobu calls back and calls Shi Wei Mom for the first time. The next morning, Xiaoyan tries to leave while Xiaoyan is still asleep, but he wakes up and tells her, "Pack your bags, you're moving in with us." Shocked, Shi Wei responds, "I never made such a deal with you, so I'm not going anywhere." Xiaoyan reminds her, "You promised Xiaobu, and last night he called you Mom." She says, "Little kids often make such jokes because I'm not really his mom." Then she leaves. In the next scene, Shiyue spots Xiaobu and Xiaoyan. Xiaobu runs up to her, calling out, "Mama." She hushes him and talks to him kindly, then says to Xiaoyan, "Everyone here knows us. If someone hears Xiaobu calling me Mama, it could create new problems." Xiaoyan replies, "Rumors won't spread that way, because soon, you'll officially be Xiaobu's mother." He offers Shiyue the breakfast he made for her, which she reluctantly accepts and takes with her to work. In another scene, Xiaoyan tells Shiyue, "I'll be leaving for a business trip for a few days, so you'll need to take care of Xiaobu." She retorts, "What kind of father are you? Your son is in the hospital, and you're worried about business." Xiaoyan responds, "Right now, he needs you more than me." Later, Xiaobu calls Shiwei Mom again, but she replies, "Promise me you won't call me Mom while we're at the hospital." Xiaobu agrees. Shiwei shows the doctor Xiaobu's reports, and he informs her Xiaobu is fine now, you can take him home. Shiwei then takes a photo of Xiaobu and sends it to Xiaoyan. A short while later, when Xiaobu doesn't see Shiwei around, he grabs a tablet and goes off to find her. A little child tries to take the tablet from him, but Xiaobu refuses and ends up causing the other child to fall. The child's mother scolds Xiaobu until Shiwei arrives and diffuses the situation. In the following scene, Xiaoyan returns from his trip and finds Xu Yu sleeping next to Xiaobu. He tries to drape a coat over her, but pulls back when she wakes up. Xu Yu says, "Xiaobu's fever is gone now, so can I leave?" Xiaoyan grants her permission to go and hands her gifts he brought back from his business trip. Later, Xiaoyan arrives, visibly worried, and informs Xu Yu Xiaobu is missing. Together, they get in the car to search for him. Xu Yu asks, "Has he run away like this before?" Xiaoyan replies, "Yes, when he found out I wasn't his biological father, he ran away from home." Xu Yu says, "I know where he'll be." She takes Xiaoyan to her house, where they find Xiaobu waiting outside. Xu Yu hugs him tightly as Xiaobu clings to her. They all head inside, where Xu Yu goes to prepare food. Xiaogu apologizes to his dad, and Xiaoyan says, "I'll forgive you this time, but don't do it again." Xiaoyan then goes to the kitchen to help Xu Yu, teasing, "You don't know how to cook but still think you're a chef?" Annoyed, Xu Yu challenges him to a cooking contest, which Xiaoyan accepts. They each make a dish, and in the end, Xiaobu is the judge. Feeling confident, Xiaoyan believes Xiaobu will choose his dish. But instead, Xiaobu likes Xu Yu's dish more and gives her the points. Afterward, Xiaoyan tells Xiaobu, "Let's go home." Xu Yu says, "I'll come along," and gets in the car. While driving, Xiaoyan says, "I know you lost the diamond ring." Xu Yu panics and says, "I promise I'll pay you back for it." Xiaoyan replies, "You also promised to become Xiaobu's mother." He then pulls over and asks her to sign an agreement stating, "According to this, you'll be my wife. And I won't take money for the ring." At first, Xu Yu refuses, worried that signing will mean she has to behave like a real wife. But Xiaoyan reassures her, "Don't worry, I won't force you for any physical contact with me. I'm not even interested in you." Hearing this, Xu Ye gets angry and signs the agreement. Xiaoyan then tells her, I'll treat you like my employee now. And for any mistake, you'll have to pay a penalty of 20 million yuan. She is shocked to hear this. Xu Ye looks at the agreement after Xiaoyan leaves and sees that he actually had this written in the contract. In the next scene, Xiaoyan's secretary visits Xu Ye and informs her, Xiaoyan has bought your house. You need to sign this contract. However, she refuses to sign. Outside, Xiaoyan is waiting for her to come and thank him. When Xu Ye comes out, she loses her balance and falls at Xiaoyan's feet. He helps her up, and she asks, Why did you buy my house? Xiaoyan replies, I didn't want your messy luggage in my house, so I bought the house instead. The next day, Xu Ye packs her things and moves into Xiaoyan's house. He gives her a tour of the house and takes her to Xiaobu's room, where she finds a handkerchief and a pumpkin. Xiaoyan then shows her her own room, saying, Since we're not a couple, you'll have your own bedroom. In the kitchen, Xu Ye calls Xiaoyan for help, and while talking, she suddenly hugs him from behind. Surprised, Xiaoyan asks, What are you doing? And she explains, We have to act like we love each other in front of Xiaobu, so he'll think we're a happy couple. They continue their act around Xiaobu, who starts noticing their interactions. In another scene, Xiaoyan lectures Xu Ye about cleaning the bathroom because he's very particular about cleanliness. Xu Ye secretly makes a dish for Xiaobu, and they eat it together. When Xiaoyan arrives, he asks, What's that smell? Xu Ye makes up an excuse to send him away and reassures Xiaobu, Don't worry, I'll cook for you every day, just stay with me. She then shows Xiaoyan different places Xiaobu wanted to visit, but Xiaoyan only chooses the museum, which neither Xu Ye nor Xiaobu likes. Xu Ye tells Xiaobu, Don't worry, I'll take you to all the places you want to go. In the next scene, Xu Ye and Xiaobu secretly go to a park, but it starts to rain and they both get soaked. Xiaoyan arrives with an umbrella, having found out where they were. Back home, both start coughing. Xiaoyan confronts them with a dish wrapper they had hidden and confiscates all their snacks as punishment for breaking his rules. Later, Xu Ye shows Xiaoyan Fang's school, and when Xiaoyan sees a picture of Xu Ye with Fang, he becomes jealous and says, You're Mrs. Xiaoyan now, so you need to keep your distance from strangers. He also refuses to let Xiaobu attend Fang's school, which makes Xu Ye angry. She storms off and skips dinner. Xiaoyan texts her, Eat, then we'll talk, which only makes Xu Ye angrier because he didn't come to apologize. She starts packing to leave, but Xiaoyan stops her and asks, Where are you going? She responds, I have work at my house, so I'm leaving. Xu Ye is expecting him to stop her, but she's shocked when he says, You should have asked for leave. The next day, Xiaobu packs his things and goes to Xu Ye's house. Surprised, Xu Ye finds out he came alone without telling anyone. While watching TV, Xu Ye calls Xiaoyan, saying, Xiaobu is with me, come and get him. Xiaoyan immediately comes over. Xu Ye tells him, Free me from this job and hire another nurse for Xiaobu. Xiaoyan refuses, saying, Xiaobu only needs you. He tries to take Xiaobu home, but the boy clings to Xu Ye and refuses to go. Despite repeated attempts, Xiaobu won't listen, so Xiaoyan leaves. Bien leave. In the next scene, we see Xu Ye falling down the stairs. Although Xiaoyan is nearby, he can't catch her in time. Afterwards, we see Xu Ye in a hospital room where Yang brings in her X-ray report. Looking at it, Xiaoyan says, We need to change doctors because the doctor is her ex-boyfriend. But Xu Yue responds, Yang is a good doctor. While applying a bandage, Yang apologizes to Xu Yue, saying, I'm sorry for cheating you. However, Xu Yue tells him there's no need to apologize anymore. Xiaoyan then picks Xu Yue up and takes her home, but Xu Yue says, I don't need you. He ignores this. In the next scene, Xiaoyan comes to Xu Yue's house, but she tells him, Go back home, I need to rest. Ignoring her request, he moves closer and says, You have to come home with me. I can't leave Xiaobu here. He warns her, If you try to keep him forcefully, I'll file a case against you. Xu Yue doesn't listen, so Xiaoyan picks her up and puts her in the car, taking her home. He then asks her to sign an agreement with certain rules, but Xu Yue refuses, saying, I have no intention of staying here. I have other opportunities. I've signed an agreement with Fang, and once my leg heals, I'll work with him. It depends on your performance how long I stay here. And if I leave, what will happen to Xiaobu? Xiaoyan has no choice but to agree. Xu Yue then asks him, "Help me to my room." Xiao Yan offers, "I'll get you an electronic wheelchair," but she refuses, so Xiao Yan helps her to her room. In the next scene, Xu Yue calls Xiao Yan to the supermarket, making him leave his meeting. At the store, Xu Yue picks out everything according to her taste, including snacks. This time, Xiao Yan doesn't say anything. Later that night, while they're all having dinner, Xiao Yan tells Xu Yue, "Don't eat spicy food," which irritates her. She leaves the table and finds a drawer with pictures of different girls, all of them showing only their backs. She starts suspecting Xiao Yan might be dating someone else. In the next scene, while in the bathroom, Xu Yue struggles to wash her hair. Xiao Yan comes in and helps her wash her hair. Later, Xiao Yan looks at a sketch of a girl he once saw in a dream. The pictures of girls' backs were collected to find her. The next day, when Xiao Yan is going to office, Xiao Bu tells him, "Kiss my mama," and shows him a picture of his parents. As Xiao Yan moves closer to Xu Ye, she starts to panic. Eventually, he kisses her on the neck. In the following scene, Xiao Yan is in swimming, and Xu Ye starts taking pictures of him. When Xiao Yan notices, he asks, "What are you doing?" She replies, "I'll send these pictures to the girls." Xiao Yan takes her phone and deletes all the pictures. As she tries to stop him, she loses her balance and falls on top of him. Xu Ye then finds a group photo in a book where a girl is standing close to Xiao Yan. She starts suspecting the girl might be his girlfriend. In the next scene, Xiao Yan gets a fever, and Xu Ye takes care of him like a wife. During this time, her secret is revealed. Her leg had already healed, but she was pretending in front of Xiao Yan. Later, Xu Yu is talking to her friend on phone about the girl, whom she thinks Xiao Yan's. She accidentally sends a voice message to Xiao Yan. He comes to her room and plays the voice message in front of her, but Xu Yu pretends to be asleep. Xiao Yan tells her, "What you saw in the photo isn't what you think. If you really want to know about my affair." Xu Yu sits up and interrupts. "That's not what I meant. I just wanted to know about your past so I can better help Xiao Bu." "Now," he says, "since you're here for Xiao Bu's treatment, you should focus on him instead of other things." The next day, Xu Yu talks to Xiao Yan about Xiao Bu's primary school and mentions, "Tomorrow, there's a group activity at Fang's school, and Xiao Bu should go so he can make new friends." In the next scene, we see Shi Yue and Fang encouraging Xiao Bu to play baseball. At that moment, Xiao Yan arrives and says, "Play baseball with me. If I lose, Xiao Bu will go to Fang's school. If I win, Xiao Bu won't." The first round is between Fang and Xiao Yan, and they both score equally. The second round is between Xiao Yan and Shi Yue, but seeing how curious Xiao Bu is, Xiao Yan deliberately loses. Everyone is happy. Now, Xiao Bu is preparing to go to school, and Shi Yue helps him get ready so that he can adjust well. The next day, they drop Xiao Bu off at school. Xiao Bu notices parents kissing each other goodbye. Then, a lady suggests, "You should also kiss each other." Xiao Bu gives Shi Yue a kiss, and then Shi Yue gives Xiao Yan a fake kiss. After this, it's Xiao Yan's turn to kiss Xiao Bu, but feeling irritated, he walks off to his car. Then, Fang arrives and invites Shi Yue and Xiao Bu inside. Xiao Yan watches all this and instructs his secretary, "Schedule the next meeting at the restaurant in front of the school." At the restaurant, we see everyone gathered for the meeting, but Xiao Yan is busy watching Xiao Bu because he's still worried about him. Suddenly, he sees Shi Yue with Fang and calls her saying, "Come home quickly." Shi Yue rushes home with Xiao Bu, feeling panicked, and after sending Xiao Bu to his room, she asks Xiao Yan, "Nothing. I was just hungry." This makes Shi Yue angry, and she snaps, "You called me home for this?" Xiao Yan replies, "Yes, it's a serious matter. If I'm hungry, it affects my work." Shi Yue then makes noodles for him and tells him to eat without chopsticks. As Xiao Yan reaches for chopsticks, he moves closer to Shi Yue and almost kisses her when his aunt walks in. Xiao Yan introduces Shi Yue as his wife. The aunt goes to Xiao Bu's room and asks, "Shall I find you a mom?" Xiao Bu writes back, "I've already found my mom." Later, they all sit down for dinner, but the aunt dislikes Shi Wei and leaves without eating. In the car, she tells someone, Xiao Yan and Shi Wei's marriage is fake, and Xiao Yan has started to fall for her. The person asks, "Then what about Lin?" The aunt replies, "Xiao Yan will marry Lin." In the next scene, the aunt talks to Xiao Yan about the company's anniversary, saying, "For the past few years, you've celebrated alone. Will it be the same this year?" Xiao Yan responds, "No, my wife will join me this time." The aunt is displeased. Later, Xiao Yan informs Shi Wei, "You have to attend the anniversary with me." Shi Wei refuses, but Xiao Yan insists, "You're my wife now. If you don't come, people and my aunt will doubt our relationship." He hires many teachers to train Shi Wei so she can dance well at the event, saying, "You have 7 days to learn everything." Shi Wei becomes exhausted from training all day. So Xiao Yan brings her nutritious food. She doesn't like it but has to eat it because of him. In the next scene, Xiao Yan's secretary calls him and says, "The driver who went missing after Xiaobu's parents' accident has been found." Hearing this, immediately leaves. Meanwhile, Shi Wei goes to the office and messages her friend, "Let's go out for hot pot." Now, she sees the driver's photo at the office, and a worker at home tells her, he used to be Xiao Yan's house worker. He disappeared after an accident, and since then, Xiao Yan has been after him. Shi Wei calls all her teachers, saying, "We'll train in the evening." We then see Xiao Yan searching for the driver. His secretary plays a delivered audio for him, to which Xiao Yan says, "He's lying." Xiao Yan receives a call informing him, "The driver escaped again today." Xiao Yan becomes very angry. Meanwhile, Shi Wei goes to her friend's office, but upon seeing Xiao Yan, she hides. Xiao Yan goes to Gu Wen, who, noticing Xiao Yan's sad demeanor, understands that the driver slipped away again today. Gu Wen tries to cheer him up, and Xiao Yan is visibly upset. As Xiao Yan leaves, he notices Shi Wei and tells her, "Come into the office." He asks her, "Shouldn't you be with your teachers?" Shi Wei replies, "The teachers weren't teaching me properly, so I came to learn from my friend." Just then, her friend arrives and tells her, "I told you to wait downstairs. I was coming, and then we'd go for hot pot." Now Xiao Yan understands everything. He begins lecturing her, but Shi Wei says, "I'm only here for Xiao Bu. This is your personal business." Saddened by her words, Xiao Yan leaves. Later, Gu Wen tells Shi Wei, "Xiao Yan's mood is off today. The driver escaped again." She asks, "Where was he on the day of the accident?" Gu Wen explains, according to his aunt, when Xiao Yan heard about his brother and sister-in-law's accident, he was on his way to the hospital. But due to driving fast, he had his own accident and ended up in a coma for a month. It affected his company too, but later he rebuilt it. Hearing this, Shi Yue feels regret and cannot even enjoy hot pot with her friends. When she returns home, she overhears Xiao Yan talking to his aunt, who says Shi Yue must perform well at the anniversary. After the aunt leaves, Shi Yue apologizes to Xiao Yan and tries to cheer him up, but he remains upset. Left alone, Shi Yue continues practicing dance until Xiao Yan arrives and gives her proper dance instructions. The two then practice together. Next, we see the anniversary scene where Xiao Yan arrives with Shi Yue and they dance together. Lin is also present, having been invited by the aunt. Now, the aunt welcomes Lin, and Xiao Yan also approaches her, but he doesn't look happy at all. Gu Wen tells Shi Yue, Lin is a shareholder in the Hash Group. When Xiao Yan was facing family problems, Lin and her family supported him. Everyone starts talking about Xiao Yan and Lin, so Shi Yue tries to leave. As she turns, she loses her balance and almost falls, but Xiao Yan catches her. In the next scene, Shi Yue is feeling jealous of Lin. Xiao Yan approaches her and applies ointment to her foot, then goes to his room. Shi Yue calls him and talks about Lin, but he doesn't say anything and hangs up. The next day, Shi Yue sticks Xiao Yan's photo on a pillow and vents her anger on it. Xiao Yan hears the noise and asks, "Why are you making so much noise?" She makes an excuse. "I was practicing treating children." Xiao Yan notices his picture on the pillow, so Shi Yue says, "Don't worry, I wasn't sleeping with it." The next day, as Xiao Yan is leaving for the office, Shi Yue tells him, "I made breakfast for you. Later, we can go out with Xiao Bu." But Xiao Yan replies, "I have to work overtime today, so I won't be able to have breakfast," and leaves. Shi Yue thinks this is the first time Xiao Yan is leaving without breakfast. She imagines Xiao Yan and Lin having breakfast together and gets angry. Meanwhile, Xiao Bu is talking to the secretary, who tells him, "Your dad is busy with another girl." Shi Yu arrives and asks Xiao Bu, "It's the weekend. Where would you like to go?" But he isn't interested in going anywhere and writes down, "I miss Dad." They both go to Xiao Yan at the company, where Shi Yu tells him, Xiaobu missed you, so I brought him here. She also gives him breakfast, but Lin arrives with breakfast for Xiaoyan as well. Xiaoyan says, I have a meeting now, but I know you prepared a great breakfast. Wait an hour and we'll all have lunch together. Shiyu and Xiaobu wait outside. Later, Shiyu goes to the washroom and Xiaobu sneaks into the office. Xiaoyan is having a meeting with Lin, and Xiaobu puts fish in Lin's tea and leaves. Xiaoyan notices him. Seeing him, Lin greets Xiaobu. As she's about to drink tea, she gets scared, spilling the tea on her dress. Lin goes to the restroom and runs into Shiyue, accusing her. You told Xiaobu to do this, didn't you? Later, Shiyue finds Xiaoyan scolding Xiaobu and tries to calm him down, saying, he's a child, not an employee. You need to explain things lovingly. But Xiaoyan gets angry at her, accusing, you spoiled him. Shiyue, upset, leaves with Xiaobu and takes him to her parents' house to cheer him up. Her mother treats Xiaobu warmly. Seeing her daughter upset, Shiyue's mother asks, did you have a fight with Xiaoyan? Shiyue avoids the question, saying, it's the weekend, so I decided to bring Xiaobu here. Later, Xiaoyan returns home and asks, where are Shiyue and Xiaobu? The worker informs him, they went to Shiyue's mother's house, but they didn't take their belongings. When there's a knock at the door, Shiyue assumes Xiaoyan has come to pick them up. But when she opens the door, it's the secretary sent by Xiaoyan to deliver their belongings. Later, Shiwei's father falls ill, and she takes him to the hospital with her mother. The doctors inform them, the patient's condition is critical. We need to perform surgery immediately. This news shocks Shiwei's mother. Now Shiwei sends Xiaobu home with her friend. There, Xiaoyan asks her, where is your mom? He writes to Xiaoyan, grandfather's health is poor and he is in the hospital. Meanwhile, Shiwei sits down, looking quite troubled when Xiaobu arrives with Xiaoyan. He consoles her, saying, don't worry, your father will get better soon. He then calls the secretary and hires Oxford doctors to perform the surgery. Xiaoyan tells Shiwei, I'm leaving now. Everyone should go home. He later brings food for Shiye. She thanks him and asks, why are you helping me so much? Because you're my wife. She then asks about Lin, and Xiaoyan says, we have a relationship with Lin, Lin's family. Hearing this, Shiye stays quiet and begins eating her food. In the next scene, Shiwei's father is undergoing surgery, and she and her mother are quite worried. Then, Xiaoyan arrives with Xiaobu and says, I've analyzed the surgery data, and according to the doctors, the surgery should be successful. Xiaobu gives Shiwei some candy and hugs her because he too was worried about her grandfather. Shortly after, the doctors bring Shiwei's father out and tell her the surgery was successful, which makes everyone happy. In the next scene, Shiwei is sitting by her father's side and is about to fall asleep. Xiaoyan notices her and drapes his coat over her. He watches as her hair falls into her face and moves it aside. Shiwei then unknowingly grabs his hand as if she's dreaming of eating chicken. Her father smiles at the sight of this. Shiwei wakes up, sees Xiaoyan next to her, and returns to normal. In the next scene, Shiwei asks Gu Wen, I saw a lot of pictures of girls in Xiaoyan's house. Can you tell me about them? Xiaoyan saw this girl in his dream. That's why these photos exist. But in my opinion, this girl doesn't exist in this world. Shiwei is shocked to hear this. In the next scene, Shiwei's father is back home from the hospital. Xiaoyan and Xiaobu also arrive, and they all have dinner together. Xiaobu calls Shiwei's father grandfather, which shocks everyone. Xiaoyan tells him, but Xiaobu turns his face away. He doesn't want to call Xiaoyan daddy, which hurts Xiaoyan. However, Shiwei's mother says, it's okay, soon you'll call him daddy. Then Xiaoyan receives a call from Lin, who invites him to the hotel. Shiwei overhears the name of the hotel and thinks Xiaoyan must be going on a date with Lin. So she gets ready with the help of her friend and heads to the hotel. While she's in the lift, a man is fiddling with his phone due to network issues, but she thinks like he's taking her picture. She attacks him, but as soon as the lift opens, Xiaoyan and Lin are standing there. Xiaoyan addresses him as Mr. Sha, but Shiwei is holding his collar. Shiwei tells her, let go of Mr. Sha's collar, and leads him to the meeting, but Mr. Sha cancels the corporation meeting. Then, Lin comes to Shiwei, and starts scolding her. Shi-wei listens because she knows she made a mistake. Lin says, "You always create trouble for Xiaoyan. I know you have a contract marriage with him. That's why I'm giving you some time to stay away from him because I'm engaged to him." Lin continues, "You don't deserve Xiaoyan. Your level is too low." Hearing this, Shi-wei is shocked. As she walks out of the hotel, Xiaoyan is waiting for her. She says, "I'm sorry, but Xiaoyan isn't very serious about the meeting." He puts his coat on her and tells her, "I'll drop you home." But just then, Fang comes and offers to drop her home. Shi-wei, feeling upset, tells Fang, "Let's go to the bar." Fang tries to cheer her up. Meanwhile, Guwen sees her with Fang and calls Xiaoyan to ask what's going on. He thinks that Shi-wei is on a date with Fang. Xiaoyan arrives there. Guwen takes Fang away. Then Xiaoyan tells Shi-wei, "Let's go home." But she refuses and says, "I also want to terminate the agreement." When Xiaoyan asks her why, she says, "Xiaobu has recovered and now I want to focus on my career. Besides, I always create trouble for you." Xiaoyan returns to Shi-wei and asks, "Why do you want to terminate the contract?" She replies, "I've completed my task. Now I need to focus on my work and you have other people with you." Xiaoyan sets a condition. "If you help Xiaobu find a friend, then I will terminate the contract." In the next scene, Shi-wei introduces Xiaoyan to a little girl who became Xiaobu's best friend. Then, as they head outside to play, Shi-wei says, "Xiaobu's nature has changed a lot. Look, he's made a friend and even calls her by name. One day, he'll call you daddy." She returns the ring to him and says, "In 5 days, there's a parents' meeting at Xiaobu's school. I'll go with you. After that, you must terminate the contract." Xiaoyan offers to update her contract and increase her salary, but Shiyu is ready to give up. Xiaoyan's aunt investigates Shiyu's details and discovers that she is the one who saved Xiaobu from an accident. This is why he stays close to Shiyu. It also turns out that the girl in Xiaoyan's dreams is none other than Shiyu. Meanwhile, Xiaobu repeatedly says, "Mama, Mama," and Xiaoyan tells him Mama is not here. But Xiaobu doesn't stop. Suddenly, Shiyu arrives to prepare him for the school activity. In the next scene, Shiyu is helping Xiaobu practice singing with a recorder. Fang arrives and picks Xiaobu up, causing the recorder to fall. The recorder ends up recording Fang and Shiyu's conversation. Later, Shi-wei comes home and notices her phone in Xiaoyan's house. She goes back to get her phone. Xiaoyan is listening to the recorder, hearing Shi-wei's song as well as her conversation with Fang. Fang says, "If you like Xiaoyan, that's a good thing." When Shi-wei comes to get her recorder, she falls on Xiaoyan, creating a sweet moment between them. In the next scene, Shi-wei locks herself in her room, frustrated with herself, saying, "Shi-wei, how could you be so careless? How did those conversations end up in the recording?" She's confused about what to do next. Suddenly, a heart symbol appears on both their bracelets, meaning their heartbeats have sped up. Shi-wei grabs her phone and starts to leave, but she waits, hoping Xiaoyan will ask her something. However, Xiaoyan doesn't ask anything, so she quickly leaves. In the next scene, Shi-wei calls Xiaobu and tells him, "I'm going to the mountain villa. I'll call you again once I'm back." She then calls her dad and informs him of the same. Xiaoyan arrives at the mountain villa with Xiaobu. There, he interrupts Fang and Shiyui's work. After that, he tells Shiyui, "I want to talk to you." Before he can say anything, Shiyui says, "If you feel bad about refusing me, don't worry about it." Xiaoyan pulls her aside and says, "You don't need to be with another man because I haven't terminated the contract yet. You're still my wife." In the next scene, Shiyui and Xiaoyan are enjoying their time with Xiaobu. Later, Shiyui tries to put Xiaobu to sleep. Xiaobu asks, "Sing me a song." Shiyui starts singing. Just as Xiaoyan's aunt calls, Shiyui lets the aunt listen to her singing, and the aunt asks, "Who's singing?" Shiyui replies, "It's me, Shiyui." The aunt then abruptly hangs up. Now, aunt is sure that Shiyui was the one who saved Xiaobu. Afterward, Shiyui, Xiaoyan, and Xiaobu go to the school function, where Xiaobu performs a song for everyone. Lin also shows up and takes Xiaobu for fishing. Xiaobu asks her to catch a fish. Xiaoyan gets closer, she slips on a rock and falls into the water. Xiaoyan pulls her out of the water and then tells her, "Xiaobu isn't happy you're here, so you should leave the group." He walks out, and as he does, Xiaobu's bracelet shows a danger signal. Seeing this, Xiaoyan asks, "Where's your mom?" Xiaobu answers, "She went fishing." Xiaoyan runs over and finds Shi-wei unconscious, with a snake slithering by her. Realizing the snake had bitten her, Xiaoyan understands what happened. In the next scene, Shi-wei is in the hospital, and the doctor tells her, "The snake that bit you wasn't poisonous, you just fainted from fear." Just then, Shi Wei wakes up and tells Xiaoyan, terminate the contract. Xiaoyan replies, there are still 6 hours left in the day. Tomorrow, as soon as the day begins, I'll terminate the contract. He leaves, and Shi Wei's expression drops because deep down, she doesn't want to part from Xiaoyan. The next day, Fang comes to pick Shi Wei up from Xiaoyan's house. Xiaobu insists on going with her, so she takes him along. In the next scene, Shi Wei tells Xiaobu to go, but he's upset. Shi Wei uses her charm to convince him. Later, she's feeling sad, missing Xiaoyan, when suddenly Xiaoyan shows up. Shi Wei is shocked to see him. Xiaoyan says, the previous contract is over, and I'm here with a new one. He reads the contract to her, saying, I want to start a relationship with you, one that will last a lifetime. He's proposing to her. Xiaoyan kisses her, and she kisses him back, making it a romantic moment. Xiaobu also arrives there and kisses both of them, and all three of them are very happy. Later, Fang calls and asks Shi Wei to come outside the house, and she goes. Xiaoyan asks Xiaobu, why did you come to meet Shi Wei? Xiaobu replies, Fang was talking about some surprise on the call. Now Fang asks Shi Wei, what did you find that's making you blush so much? He starts to touch her face, and at that moment, Xiaoyan arrives with Xiaobu. He then puts Shi Wei in the car and tells Fang, stop dreaming about Shi Wei, because we are officially dating now. Xiaoyan says to Shi Wei, Fang came here to tell you that he won't go with you to your ideal concert, but don't worry, the three of us will go together. To make Shi Wei happy, Xiaoyan had placed a lot of snacks in her room's fridge. Now they are sitting in the room, watching TV where a kissing scene is playing. Xiaoyan, interested, gets closer to Shi Wei, but she doesn't want to kiss him, so she changes the channel. While watching TV, she falls asleep next to Xiaoyan. In the next scene, Xiaoyan asks Shi Wei to come to the office to sign the contract. She arrives there, and Xiaoyan has gathered all his staff members. Shi Wei sets a condition. I will only sign the contract if you express your feelings properly. Xiaoyan starts guessing what she wants to hear, but his guesses are all wrong. His secretary gives him suggestions from outside, but Xiaoyan doesn't use them. Irritated, Shi Wei leaves. Next, Xiaoyan takes her to a fishing spot, where many mosquitoes are biting her. Shi Wei thought that Xiaoyan would take her to a nice place. To impress him, she tries to catch a fish, but her foot gets stuck, and she falls on Xiaoyan. Seizing the opportunity, Xiaoyan kisses her. In the next scene, Xiaobu says, you should officially propose to Mom. Okay, I'll propose to her in the evening. Xiaobu gets angry and throws the keyboard down. Xiaoyan, acting seriously, prepares to propose to Shiyu like in a Hollywood movie. But when he calls her over, she runs to her room because she feels Xiaoyan's intentions aren't clear. Next, Xiaoyan's aunt calls Shiyu to a restaurant and says, you should break up with Xiaoyan because he's already engaged to Lin. Shiyu replies, Xiaoyan has no interest in Lin, and I think she's selfish. Just then, Xiaoyan arrives and tells his aunt, don't embarrass Shiyu, she won't be able to handle it. I will only marry the person I like, so please, don't interfere in our relationship. Then he takes Shiyu with him. Shiyu praises him a lot, because now he is speaking up for her. At that moment, Xiaoyan officially proposes to her and they hug each other. In the next scene, Xiaoyan and Shi Wei are partying with their friends. They are asked to play a game. When they start the game, Xiaoyan asks Shi Wei, if I and Xiaobu are drowning in water, who would you save? Shi Wei replies, I wouldn't save either because I don't know how to swim. Hearing this, everyone laughs. Then, Xiaoyan asks her, when did you start liking me? She answers, I started liking you after you liked me. Then, their friends give them French fries and say, you have to finish this in 15 seconds. Both of them start eating the fries in this way. Everyone starts laughing after seeing them. Shi Wei finally drinks a lot, and Xiaoyan picks her up and takes her home. In the next scene, Shi Wei talks to Xiaoyan about impressing his aunt. Xiaoyan explains, you won't be able to handle her. But Shi Wei asks, what does she like the most? In business, she likes profit the most. And in games, she likes golf. Shi Wei brings all the golf equipment and starts gathering information about the game. Then, she gets so serious about it that she burns all the food. When Xiaoyan tells her, she doesn't pay attention. Actually, she just wanted to impress his aunt to gain her approval. The next day, Shi Wei and Xiaoyan go to practice, where Xiaoyan explains about golf and helps her practice. They get so close that they kiss each other. Later, Xiaoyan gets a call from his company. So he tells Shi Wei, I have to go to work, and leaves. In the next scene, that driver meets with Aunt and demands money from her. Shiwei sees him and thinks, this man is bullying my aunt. She rushes to attack him, but Aunt stops her. The driver looks at Shiwei and runs away. Shiwei recognizes him and thinks, this is the driver Xiaoyan has been looking for, and she starts to follow him. But Aunt stops her and later tells her the accident wasn't caused by the driver. It was because of Xiaoyan's pressure. Because of the accident, his memory was wiped out, which is why he doesn't know about it. I've kept this secret from him. Aunt also tells her, the child you saved that day was Xiaobu. If Xiaoyan finds out, his life will be very difficult, so you should leave him. Xiyu receives a call from Xiaoyan, but she doesn't pick up. After hearing Aunt's words, she feels really sad. When she gets home, Xiaobu had waited for her and had fallen asleep. Then she approaches Xiaoyan, and he's asleep on the couch, dreaming about his brother. He opens his eyes and sees Xiyu. She talks to him about his brother, and he says, my brother was a very good person. After my mom passed away, my father became very busy. My brother spent, but he had to go abroad for studies, so he left the company responsibilities with me. When he came back, he had the accident. He shows her a sketch of the girl, and when she sees it, she realizes the drawing is hers. Are you sure this girl appears in your dreams? Yes, but now I don't need to look for her anymore, because I've found you. In the next scene, Xiaoyan tells Shiyue, today you have a match with Aunt. They all go to the golf club, where Aunt is already there. Aunt signals with a heart-shaped gesture and leaves. Aunt says, these two really love you. Shiyue replies, I'll fulfill your wish soon, meaning she had decided to break up with Xiaoyan. Aunt leaves, and Xiaoyan returns asking, but Shiyue says, maybe you lost to Aunt, but it's okay, you can practice more. Shiyue then tells him Xiaoyan thinks she is joking, but Shiyue is completely serious. She leaves, and Xiaoyan wonders if Aunt said something to her. In the next scene, Xiaoyan arrives at Shiyue's house, but she doesn't let him inside. She opens the door and stands in front of him. Xiaobu takes the opportunity and sneaks inside. Seeing this, she lets go of the door, and Xiaoyan walks in. They both fall on each other. Xiaoyan asks her, why did you drink? She replies, that's not your problem. She starts to leave, but he grabs her and hugs her. However, she controls her feelings. She tells Xiaoyan, leave now, and takes her friend to the room, asking, what should I do? Her friend was supposed to go to the office, so she doesn't say anything. Now she doesn't want to have breakfast with them, but Xiaoyan grabs her and makes her sit, saying, I'll give you 5 minutes. If you finish your breakfast in 5 minutes, I'll agree to your breakup. She quickly starts eating, but just when she gets to the last piece, according to the plan, Xiaobu eats it. Now, Xiaoyan is not willing to leave her, so Xiaobu leaves alone and goes to school by himself. Shiyue says, I have to go to work. All right, I'll go with you. My driver is taking Xiaobu, but she doesn't listen to him and starts to leave on her bike. He too decides to follow her and takes a scooter. At the workplace, Shiyue laughs after seeing him like that. I made you laugh, then hugs her and says, I don't want to let you go. Why do you want this? She doesn't say anything and controls her feelings. Shiyue returns home with Fang, and Xiaoyan and Xiaobu are there. Xiaobu had fallen asleep while waiting. Xiaoyan looks at Fang and gives him a sharp look before leaving. The next day, Shiyue gets a message from Xiaoyan. Today, Xiaobu and I will come to meet you at your house. In the next scene, Shiyue hears a knock at the door. She opens it to find Xiaoyan, Xiaobu, and some of their workers standing there. The three of them start eating together. While they are eating, Xiaoyan receives a call. He steps aside to answer and learns that one of his projects is being delayed because of Lin. This makes him a bit worried. He then calls all the members of his company and says, I wanted to expand our business into other countries, but Lin caused it to fail. He then encourages the workers, saying, I appreciate your hard work. He decides to change his position in the company. In the next scene, Lin meets Xie and tells her, there's a party tonight. You need to convince Xiaoyan to attend it because only you can make him go. Whatever problems Xiaoyan faces from now on will be your responsibility. Xiaoyan is with Xie when his secretary calls and informs him, the media is creating rumors about your position change in the company. Xie overhears this and asks Xiaoyan, are you really leaving the Hash Group? I'm only changing my position. I'll continue with my project. Xie then tells him about the party. Xiaoyan attends the party, where Lin offers him a drink. He calls Xiyu. She tells him, I'm going to Germany to study. I can help you settle there. You should take Xiaobu with you. I'm tired of this relationship and don't want to stay with you anymore. Thanks for your sacrifices, leaving Xiaoyan in shock. Lin tries to express her feelings to him, but Xiaoyan knows it's all because of Lin. He ignores her words, and when she tries to kiss him, he pushes her away and leaves. In the next scene, Xiaoyan goes to his aunt's house, where he receives a call from his secretary informing him about the driver and his aunt. As his aunt arrives, Xiaoyan asks her about the driver, and Xiaoyan takes the phone from his aunt's hand. The truth comes out. Xiaoyan then steps outside and sees the driver arriving. He grabs him and is about to hit him when the driver reveals, "The accident didn't happen because of me. It happened because of you. You were driving that night." Xiaoyan turns to his aunt, who confesses, "Yes, you were driving too fast, and that caused the accident. But after you fell into a coma, you didn't remember anything." After the accident, Shi Yu arrived and saved Xiaobu. Xiaoyan realizes that Shi Yu is his dream girl. He confronts his aunt, saying, "So, you kept me away from Shi Yu to hide the truth." His aunt responds, "I did it for our family and Xiaobu. If he learns that you're responsible for his parents' death, will he ever forgive you?" Xiaoyan is deeply shocked. In the next scene, everyone comes to see Shi Yu off as she prepares to leave for Germany. Gu Wen calls her and says, "Xiaoyan has gone somewhere." Shi Yu asks his aunt about Xiaoyan, and she replies, "He left to meet you. He also knows the entire truth now." Later, Fang and Shi Yue arrive at the company, where they find Xiaoyan sitting there. Fang leaves. Shi Yue hugs Xiaoyan and says, "It wasn't your fault." Xiaoyan, stressed about his project's marketing, listens as Shi Yue tells him. Xiaoyan drops Fang off and asks Shi Yue, "Are you still going to Germany?" "I'm not going to Germany anymore." And she holds Xiaoyan's hand, but he moves her hand aside and says, "We have broken up." In the next scene, Shi Yue comes to Xiaoyan's house and prepares breakfast for Xiaobu. When Xiaoyan arrives, Xiaobu sees him and exclaims, "Mama is back." Xiaoyan tells him, "She is not your mama," and then goes to his office. Xiaobu and Shi Yue bring breakfast for him, but he doesn't open the door. Xiaobu, worried, asks, "What's going on between you two?" Shi Yue explains to Xiaobu, "There have been some troubles between us. Xiaoyan needs some time to be okay." Shi Yue meets Gu Wen, who knows that the accident happened due to the car's brake failure. Shi Yu needs to find out who tampered with the brakes and why her aunt is paying the driver. At night, when Xiaoyan returns home, Shi Yu has prepared dinner for him. She asks, "Can you recall that accident again? Because according to me, it wasn't your fault." Xiaoyan misinterprets this and tells her, "I don't want to see you here. If you come back to my house again, I'll leave with Xiaobu." Fang takes Shi Yu to a place to propose, but Xiaoyan arrives and takes Shi Yu away with him. Fang did this to make Xiaoyan jealous. Xiaoyan and Shi Yu go to Xiaobu's school, where the teacher informs them Xiaobu is insisting on playing basketball and has refused to attend his class. Shi Yu apologizes to the teacher. Xiaobu then asks Xiaoyan to play basketball with him and finally calls him daddy, making Xiaoyan happy. He hugs Xiaobu, and they play basketball together while Shi Yu watches, feeling very happy. Xiaoyan hugs Shi Yu and says, "I'll do whatever you say. I'll try to recall those memories, and we'll have a good life together." In another scene, Xiaoyan meets Feng, who introduces him to a senior to help with memory recall. Later, Xiaoyan meets the driver and asks, "How much were you paid to cause the accident?" The driver pretends not to know, but Xiaoyan tells him, "I already know because I have recalled my memories, but I want to hear it from you." Xiaoyan intimidates the driver, but the driver says nothing and leaves. The next day, after a checkup, Xiaoyan meets Shi Yue outside and tells her, "I still can't remember everything." Shi Yue hugs him and says, "Your neurons weren't damaged. Don't worry, your memories will come back." Shi Yue drops Xiaobu off at school, where some men kidnap her. Xiaobu takes a photo and sends it to Xiaoyan, along with the car's number. Xiaoyan chases him, and taking a shortcut, gets ahead of it, leading to a collision. When Xiaoyan regains consciousness, he finds himself in a hospital with Shi Ye by his side. Seeing her, he hugs her and says, "I've regained my memories. I remember now that the accident happened because of brake failure. The kidnappers were sent by AIM Group. They were behind the accident too. Ji Han paid the driver to tamper with the brakes. They wanted to kill you directly, but because of the rain, your car slipped and rolled. But don't worry anymore. They've all been arrested." Xiaoyan hugs Shi Ye. Xiaoyan and Shi Ye are playing a game when Shi Ye receives a message from Feng. I'll come to meet you tonight. Now Shi Ye tells Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan takes the mobile from her hand and replies, "Don't come to meet us at the hospital." Shi Ye says, "You're so weird. Everyone likes Fong except you." Then Shi Ye tells Xiao Yan, "I'm feeling hungry. How about we sneak out and grab something from the food stalls?" They both quietly leave the hospital and have a great time outside. In the next scene, Shi Wei and Xiaoyan are playing basketball with Xiaobu. Shi Wei accidentally hits Xiaoyan on the head with the ball, causing him to faint. In his dream, he sees his brother standing before him. "We've played basketball together for so many years, but you never really learned to play well." Xiaoyan responds, "I miss you so much." His brother apologizes. "I'm sorry that my wife and I had to leave you. Thank you for taking care of Xiaobu. In my next life, I'll return and we'll play together again." Shi Wei and Xiaobu come over, and Shi Wei asks, "Are you okay?" "I'm fine. I just saw my brother." They all lie down together happily. In the next scene, Shi Wei is looking at their wedding card and feels overjoyed. Xiaoyan arrives, and Shi Wei calls him by his name. Xiaoyan tells her, "I'm your husband now, so call me hubby." Shi Wei playfully says, and Xiaoyan moves closer, then tells her to consider going to Germany. "I've already spoken to the doctor. I'm staying with you." Xiaoyan says, "We also want you to stay, but we want you to fulfill your dream. So go to Germany. I promise to visit you every month with Xiaobu." She smiles and says, "I have one condition. I want to wear a long gown at my wedding." She tries on the gown, and they both dance. She loses balance and falls. Then they gets up and starts dancing again. Shi Yue leaves for Germany. She calls Xiaoyan, and we learn that Xiaoyan has become the chairman of Hash Group again. He updated his bracelet and signed a major contract with a company. Xiaoyan and Xiaobu are heading to the airport to pick up Shi Yue, and both are very excited. But Shi Yue calls to say, "I can't come this time. I have an urgent task to complete." Xiaoyan feels upset. "Focus on your work." When they return home, feeling down, Shi Yue surprises them by arriving at their house. She sends Xiaobu inside and starts to kiss Xiaoyan, but Xiaobu secretly watches instead of going in. We see Xiaoyan and Shi Yue's wedding ceremony. Shi Yue's father tells Xiaoyan, "I'm giving you my daughter. Take good care of her." Xiaoyan promises, "I will keep her happy forever." Xiaobu then gives a long speech he prepared himself. Xiaoyan places the wedding ring on Shi Yue's finger. Xiaobu urges them to kiss, and they kisses each other. Shi Yue throws the bouquet according to tradition, and it lands in Feng's hands. Lin arrives, and Feng becomes very happy to see her. Everyone cheers for them, as they are now in a relationship and will have their engagement next. The drama concludes with a happy ending. If you want to watch more dramas like this, and subscribe to the channel. See you, family.